Anyway, do you want to get into some of the Destiny stuff that's crazy?
Yeah, let's take a look at this. Destiny has a kid, which I guess I knew, but I didn't realize that his kid was like old enough to be creating content online. And then Zach, I told you about this, but the other day I came across a video that was Alex Jones' kid, and Destiny's kid teamed up on a live stream. Literally, the son of Alex Jones and the son of Destiny.
Let's bring on the one, the only Nathaniel Bonnell, the young legend. Nathaniel, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing fine. I've gotten bigger on Twitter over stuff I said and did, but it hasn't really affected me in any other way. And of course, me and my dad still talk, even though he blocked me on Twitter. I talk to him about every day.
Okay, well that's awesome. So that's good to hear. So you and Destiny are tight. And I didn't know if there's heat.
But I'm like, can you imagine a world, 15 years from now, where instead of us talking about Destiny and fucking Alex Jones, we're having to talk about what their shithead sons are saying? Like, Jesus Christ.
If that happens, we're going to have to like drown you in holy water because you manifested that worst possible outcome onto the world or something.
I mean, they're already doing it. They're already out here making fucking content. So I don't think that they're going to stop.
Oh, God, it's crazy. And I also vaguely knew that Destiny had a kid because it had come up at some point, but we never talk about people's kids. We really try not to. It's like, anyway, we try and be gentle over here, 18 or older. But anyway, this is news because this guy's dad is Destiny. And I want to just make the case that Destiny is a negligent deadbeat, right? No, like this kid's like 13 years old, okay? And
he's that young?
Oh, yeah, I think he's like 13.
Okay.
So this is a failure of parenting. People were saying he's either a preteen or an early teenager. So the fact that he's been exposed to all of these arguments online, the fact that he's been so neglected by his father, it is really, really a damning portrait of Destiny. But we can read this right here, and it just seems like a fucking kid that went down the wrong rabbit hole on the internet, making no excuses for it. But again, this is a parenting failure. The Nazis were protecting the West by invading Poland. The Reich was a blockade against the USSR and the rest of Europe. They took up all responsibilities of the failing Polish government, and they stated this explicitly multiple times. Hitler is a hero. And then Hasan chimes in, and this guy also had a very similar take as I did. I don't mean to cast aspersions on the guy, but this empty suit of flesh of a father's fault all the way down, or this is his empty suit of a flesh father's fault all the way down. Go watch 20 minutes of a Destiny stream, read about how much time Destiny ever spent with him. You could set your watch to this poor kid's alienation. Hasan then chimes in. He says, it's funny because he has captivated a sizable group of posters on here that, just like his son, hate the left more than Nazis and regularly align with Nazis to attack people. This is the least surprising ideological turn. It should be considered child abuse to let his son into his Discord.
Yeah. I mean, for one, I feel bad for this kid. I can't imagine Steven being my father, the total fucking piece of shit, literally waging war with his like ex-wife on stream. I don't think that's the same woman who technically gave birth to this Nathaniel kid.
No, his first wife
or whatever. But still, I mean, that tells you everything you need to know. Imagine your dad like publicly, going through a divorce on stream and broadcasting to the world, smearing his ex, all this shit, going into all these details. I mean, this is a toxic person, someone who clearly doesn't know how to, keep certain things private and make other things public. He doesn't understand those lines, which is how you end up with a kid who thinks it's acceptable to tweet shit like that. And obviously, I'm a big free speech guy. I don't think anyone should be censored. But if your parents aren't telling you that this is unacceptable, then you're not being parented.
Right.
If you don't have parents that are saying, hey, you can't post this online, you need to delete that, it's not acceptable to be a Nazi, then they failed you. You don't have actual parents, or at least not ones that are giving a fuck about you. So that's the one. It's like, obviously, 13-year-olds, they do go down internet rabbit holes if they're, lonely. That's the time to be a Nazi when you're 13 years old. That's the time. But still, Destiny should have fucking told him to delete it at least. He should have said like, hey, bro, you can't post this online. Let's talk about, how you may have fallen into these rabbit holes. Let's talk about how you may have had your head filled with, misinformation based on these weird Groyper channels or whatever. But I saw
a video of you sucking that guy's wiener, Dad.
Well, yeah, and that's the problem. It's like Destiny literally helped normalize one of the most prevalent, if not the most prevalent, straight up Nazi voices. He had Nick Fuentes on his show over and over again to have friendly debates and all
Had
this
his
stuff.
wife make him a sandwich so that they could make a bunch of misogynistic jokes about it. I do feel
Yep.
bad for that woman, even though she married a scumbag like Destiny. Maybe she's reaping what she sowed, but still.
Yep. And then Destiny literally went on to have sex with Nick Fuentes, assuming that video wasn't AI generated or whatever. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. So
It would have been a pretty good AI generation.
Yeah.
Also, there's the videos of Nick on the date with the cat boy. So I'm just like, him and Destiny running the same freak circles like that, which normally I wouldn't have a fucking problem with if they weren't just Nazi fucking crazy people on the internet and also just 100% hypocrites.
Yeah. And again, it's like, obviously, 13-year-olds, they say stupid shit. They do stupid shit. They are easily impressionable, but it's your job as a parent to intervene when that happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's your fucking job as a parent, is to sit them down and be like, you know what, this is not an acceptable way to behave in society, online, in public. You need to take this post down. But again, I'm sure the shithead son of his will just be like, well, what about all this unhinged shit that you post online, Dad? You're telling me I can't do exactly what you do? You're telling me I can't follow the example that you're setting? Because Destiny obviously has a million fucking cringy things online too. So
Celebrating the death of innocent children in fucking Texas to flooding. That was one of the most monstrous things he ever tweeted. And this, I think, is a great point by Kelly, who says it's entirely different falling down internet rabbit holes versus your parents pushing you down them. And I think it's very fair to say that Destiny pushed his child down this fucking rabbit hole, which is why it is a huge parenting failure. Hasan goes on and says, perhaps he should have tried to raise his son instead of operating a weird cyber stalker sex cult where he tries to fuck e-girls by sending them revenge porn and then actively tries to dox and smear and attack anyone who calls him out.
Yep. Which is 100% accurate. 100% accurate.
Oh, cyber stalker cult. Excuse me.
What do you say?
I said cyber sex cult, I think.
Oh, might as well be the same shit.
Exactly. Distinction without a difference, but I'll correct myself.
Yeah, 100%. And honestly, it's shocking that Destiny even is still as relevant as he is these days, considering all of that shit that was exposed about him. But yeah, I'm glad to see Hasan just coming in here to be like, yeah, fuck you.
And Destiny responds to this account, right? And says, apparently I am the most well-informed person on every single subject in this space, since it seems like people can only invest time into personally attacking me or the people around me as opposed to actually substantively dealing with any of the actual subject matter. Literally, you did not deal with any of the actual subject matter at all in this response. The fact is that you raised a Nazi, right? A little white supremacist, a little groiper, right? With your actions and your negligence and the fact that you're a piece of shit wasted of a father, okay? You probably don't spend any fucking time with him at all. All right, what the fuck was the kid supposed to do besides ogle at his dad, who's really famous in this Twitch stream? Your dad is famous for being a huge piece of shit. I have to be an even bigger piece of shit than my own man. How do I do it? I become a Hail Hitler Nazi. This is your fucking fault. Log off and fix your shit.
Yeah, also, if Destiny is the most well-informed person on every single subject, then how come your son is so fucking stupid? Then why couldn't you properly educate him about World War II? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, bro. That interpretation of World War II was laughable. So if you're so well-informed, then how come you don't raise your kid to be a little bit more goddamn educated? Like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah. Well, imagine only knowing your dad parasocially. Yeah, it's gotta fucking suck, right? It probably fucked this kid's brain chemistry up, man. I don't know. I'm not here to fucking armchair psychoanalyze.
Do you know if he lives with his dad at all?
I mean, do you see him on stream a lot? I mean, I don't fucking know. I'm not Destiny's fucking. If the more time he spends with him, if he still ended up like this, like, God help him. Like, fucking, that's child abuse.
I mean, it's child abuse either way. I'm just wondering, like, how much time he actually spends around Destiny. I have no idea.
Me neither. I know he lives in Omaha, was what I gathered when I was reading about
the kid.
Yesterday. Yeah, and I think Destiny lives in Florida. So, I mean,
interesting.
There would be a limit to the amount of time they probably do spend together if that was the case.
And also, like, I don't know who the fuck his mom is, but she also needs to intervene.
100%.
Again, if I had a fucking kid, even if that kid was 17 years old and I saw him posting pro Hitler shit on Twitter, I'd be like, we need to fucking talk.
Yeah.
Like, no, like you're no son of mine is pro fucking Hitler. Like, sit the fuck down. Let's get let's go to the Holocaust Museum. You know,
literally. No, you're right. That is what a parent would have to do. You'd be like, holy shit, I raised you.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck happened along the way? Like, clearly you made a lot of missteps that you didn't account for, right? And now it's time to work back from there. But anyway, absolutely nuts and very reflective of the kind of guy that Destiny is, for him to be like the Nazi debater that, you know, raises a groiper himself.
Nazi. Yeah, 100%. And it's also like his parents should be keeping him offline for his own sake. Because I mean, what if he's trying to get a job in like 5 years, and then the employer sees that you were posting that Hitler is a hero? It's like, I'm sure this kid doesn't want any other job than being a fucking stupid loudmouth like his dad.
Yeah.
But say he eventually matured out of this phase and is like, actually, I want to do something serious with my life and not just follow in my dad's footsteps of embarrassing myself. Then stuff like this would be an issue. And again, that's just crazy parenting to let your kid post that kind of shit online at that age.
It's nuts. It's unacceptable. I think Destiny should log off and spend some time being a dad. He doesn't need the money, dude. Go fucking do yourself and your family a favor, and the rest of us a favor, not to raise a little Hitler griper. Okay, go sweep your side of the street.
Yeah. I also think Destiny's content just kind of sucks these days. Like, he's become so far up his own asshole, so narcissistic. A lot of times his videos have all these random other people in them that I don't care about at all, and that don't seem to even have as much charisma as Destiny himself has. So I'm just like, it just seems like he's gotten kind of lazy. All his videos are too long. I just never find myself being like, even out of morbid curiosity, really wanting to watch any of his content. So
Oh no, it's not fun to watch. Even the worst people, I'll check out just to see what they're, fucking up to. Like, I'll watch PBD in the morning just to get my thumb on the pulse of that part of the, not every morning. That Jesus Christ, I can usually stand it for about 15 minutes, but it's good to check it out. Destiny is not even engaging. It's not even entertaining. It's just talking points that I don't agree with without any charisma or riz at all.
Yeah, and he's kind of like already debated everyone. There is a debate, so I feel like the debate bro shtick is worn off.
Yeah.
And we're not going to fucking debate him, even though he tried to set that up. I was like, fuck you, dude. We're not giving you any more attention. We're just going to sit here and take shots.
Go debate your son. Go debate your son. I know you want to project, I'll spend some time with these young guys. No, go spend some time with your actual son, okay? Go play catch. How about that? How about you go teach your kid to throw a tight spiral, Destiny. That'll take you 6 months. Go ahead and fuck off.
Yup.
Look out the door if you hear an ambulance. The Vanguard will be there, sir. The Vanguard will be there, sir. The Vanguard will be there, sir. The Vanguard will be there. Be there.